Guys. This is a very important conversation I'm about to have with you guys that I've had with a friend of mine where I come from just a couple days ago. And I was trying to let him know about this and the importance of letting things be. The importance of allowing your life to flow the way it's supposed to. You don't get certain things that are happening until you actually go through it. And then like me, you can give advice, you can give answers because you got answers because you had the balls to go through things. I can't tell you guys how many people have not gone through certain stages that I have at the age I'm at. And you know why I've gone through certain things? Because of my big set of balls. That might be funny to some of you, but it's the truth. It really is the truth. I've faced very uncomfortable moments and parts in life that are breathtaking, that are very difficult because of my will to win, my tenacity, the animal inside of me. And a lot of people just want to la-di-da-di-da-di-da. I don't want to do that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm just going to go with my friends. I'm just going to text my friends because I'm lost. And I'm going to go do this. And I'm going to go do that. That shit is going to keep you in the exact same place, doing the exact same shit. Zero elevation. You ain't getting better. Your life's not getting better. Nothing is going to happen unless you make a change. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Losing friends, losing possibly family, losing people in general is probably the biggest sign of elevation. There's something you're doing right now that is obviously right. You might not be doing all the right things just yet. I don't know. Because there's more than one person watching this video. I don't know. But if you are choosing to step away from a lot of things that is bad for you, you're going to lose a lot of people. So you're obviously doing something right by getting away from the wrong people. The mistake majority of people in the Matrix make today is staying and sticking in certain situations for far too long. Like, what is it that we all have in common that we've all done? Pretty much gone to school. Went through the elementary, junior high, high school stage and phases, right? There's leaps and bounds you have to make in pretty much all grades. Just who you are as a person. And then after school is the most important. So what you do with your life after those years is going to be very important. It's going to be very telling about your future. Are you going to get to work? Are you going to have a sense of urgency? Are you going to have a fire? Or are you just going to be like everybody else? Continue to drink, continue to party. You have no ambition. Or are you going to be a young, strong lad and your animal, the animal inside of you is just, you know something, you know you can do something. You're not going to let life just go. Because you know you have something, or are you just going to let it go? Year after year after year after year is just going. And you're not pulling the trigger on anything. You're not trying, you're not putting in the effort. I'm going to tell you something right now. God does not favor those who don't try hard. If you're not trying hard, you're not favored by God. You have to try hard. You have to suffer. You have to go through those times. You have to lose people. There's so many things you must do. You have to do. You have to go through those stages. What kind of stages do you think I've been through? Those stages. It's uncomfortable. The thing is, it depends on what path in life that you take. But everything is so very temporary. Let's look at the path of a pro athlete, right? They're in school and they're young, but then all of a sudden, they're all focused in on their sport. They're going to the big leagues. They make it to the big leagues. They're away from the people that they went to school with. Now they're with their team, their coaches, maybe a few family members at best. That's their life. They travel, they do their thing, they're around their teammates. And what happens at the end of their careers? Another shift. They're no longer with their teammates. They probably had their own family. Now they stick with their family. So now, they're not around the people they went to school with. They're not around their teammates. Now they're with their family. You see the irony here. You see how things go. You have to let life be. These are things nobody is taught when we're young. We're not. And if you're going to lose, you're going to stay stuck in the past. You're going to stay stuck with my high school friends. All of a sudden, life passed by. You didn't pull the trigger. I'm going to tell you guys something right now. I was the first motherfucker out, making change. While everybody else is standing in the same groups after school, I was the bold one. I even tried to get these people to let's elevate. They didn't want to. Do you not think that's uncomfortable for me? It was. But guess what? I was the odd one out because I was chosen. They just weren't. They didn't want it the way I wanted it. So when you want it, guess what's going to happen? A lot of adversity. Welcome to it. This is how the world works. This is how things work. The higher calling you have, the more challenges and tribulations you're going to face. And like I said, everyone's life is different. Everyone's life path is different. You may never have to go through those times. You may be forever surrounded by groups of people depending on what life path you take. Sometimes it can be a narrow path where it's just you a lot of the time and a few people at best, at most. But let's say after high school, you go to college, you go to university, you're going to be around different people, maybe some similar people, maybe a few from high school that you maybe even went to junior high with or elementary. But it's going to be different. There's going to be different people. So you made an adjustment there. And then after this, you're probably going to get a job with what you graduated with. So now you're around different people again. Now you're around them. You're going to have a career around these people for a long, long time. So you adjust again. It's the same thing with my life path. It's the same thing with your life path. There's completely different people in my life. A few similar faces from a long time ago. A few. Not many. A few. Less than a handful. But there's many different people in my life now. And I even went through a phase where I had like nobody. Like little to nothing. I was so focused on my life. I was insane. I was like an animal in the world. And I know what I'm doing. Nobody else might not know, but I know. I went through a couple years where I pretty much lost everything. Because I'm just on this path. There's just no reason for me to be close with anybody at this time, to talk to really anybody at this time. And of course, there's always a few people you chat with and stuff, but not many, bruh. And all of a sudden, you reach these certain points and strides in your life again, and now there's totally different people in your life. Because you elevated. You went from being in a position that you were in through a big, big, big stage, and it took you somewhere completely different, and now there's a lot of different people in your life. This is how the world works, man. This is what I want you guys to understand. It's very important to let go of the past so you can let in the new. The new is always coming, bro. Nothing is forever. The new is always coming. There's always different shit. And this is what I'm going to tell you guys too. Every phase of life is not going to be a pleasant one. You're going to have favorites and you're going to have dislikes. I didn't highly like the phase where I was just going nuts. I was at my most confused, least amount of people, and all these types of things. It's not the funnest thing, to go through. It's not the funnest. But you have to. And you know what? When I went through that time, I knew I was doing the right thing. It might still suck, but I knew I was doing the right thing. And I knew it wasn't going to be that way forever. That's exactly what I meant by the start of this video. I went through uncomfortable phases that a lot of people don't understand and will never understand because they won't go through that. They'll be the ones that let life go by and they never ever did what they should have, which is what you can't let happen. You got to be bold to an extent. You have to be. You got to be ruthless. You got to be willing to do whatever it takes to get yourself to wherever you want to go. You are the one that can change your life. But you have to be willing to go through those times of uncertainty, of you don't know what's going on. You might not even know what you want to do. You might not know this. You might not know that. You lost a bunch of people. You wonder why. Why are these people doing this? And I'm here. How could this be happening to me? There's a reason why it's happening for you, to you. And there was a reason why it was happening to me. You're not always going to understand every phase you go through in life. There might be a year, 2 years where it's hard to comprehend and understand what's even going on. You're just busting your ass. You're not sitting around all the time being like, oh, what's going on? You're busting your ass. But at the same time, you still don't know for sure what's going to happen. You're just busting your ass. That's what it's like. That's what a lot of fucking people are not willing to do. Trust me, a lot of people are not willing to do that. I was, still am to this day. You got to be bold. You got to want it. You got to show God you want it. Losing people, once again, is a sign of elevation. You can't elevate if you're holding on to the old, or what's going on with them, or this or that or that or this. Fuck them. You're on to your new stage. You're on to your new phase. Welcome it with open arms. I'm going to go through whatever I have to go through. That's what I want you guys to tell yourself right now. I am going to go through whatever I have to go through. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep working. God willing. That's what you have to do. And not enough people are going to give you credit for all you go through and all you do and all you accomplish. But guess what? I am. Because I know what that's like. You deserve all the credit in the world. I want you to do this. And I want you to remain strong and faithful and understand that you are blessing your life. Listen to God. You're going to bless your own life beyond measures. It's something you have to go through. You must. If you don't, you will regret it. If you don't, you will have many more shitty years of your life. What's a year or two of not being so good, of not looking so cool, of not looking so hot? Or people might look around you and think you're not doing the right things, or you're not being successful, or something crazy. It's fuck all, because you're going to have the last laugh. That's what it's like. You're going to have the last laugh. And it's a damn good laugh. It's a damn good one, bruh. So it's on you what you want to do, but I'm telling you how it really is. You have to be accepting of what is and what's to come, and let life unfold. Let people think whatever they want to think. Not everybody's going to understand your path. Hell, you're not even going to understand your own path sometimes. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep trucking. That's how the world works. Not every day is going to be good. Not every year is going to be good. Not every month's going to be good. Not every week is going to be good. There's good and bad years. Forget about a bad day. There's good and bad years, bro. When you're trying to elevate, even if you don't want to elevate and you do piss all with your life, you're going to have bad years. So here's the irony for you. You're going to have bad years regardless. Regardless. Look at Tom Brady, OG. Do you not think he had a bad year when him and his wife split? With all their children and all this kind of stuff? Of course, that's a bad time. He's still Tom Brady. He's still going to pull chicks. He's still going to live a good life and probably way better than most. But still, nothing in life is perfect. It never will be. You're going to have crazy times. And I'm sitting here deep in thought, giving it to you guys, raw and hard, without the rubber. That might have sounded wrong. But I'm telling you the truth, bro. This is really how it goes. Life is not beautiful all the time. It's just not. Sometimes it's when it rains, it pours, bro. And you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. Something else that's really difficult to deal with as well is you used to be the guy pulling all these good looking girls. You had the money, you had this, you had that. You could lose it all and go through a messed up stage and gain it all back. I've done that. I've been that guy, and it's crazy because you're not used to it. You were just used to winning. Get the taste of losing, of what it feels like to be able to lose and to be able to come back and win. That's a beautiful story, bruh. And something is for sure. When you're solely focused on your life, there's not a beat you're gonna miss. You're gonna remember your whole life story, as I have. I remember it since I was just a young child, up till right now. And I'll never forget the phases, the times, and everything. I could write a damn book. I will write a damn book. And it's gonna be nuts. There's multiple books I will write. And it's gonna be beautiful. A lot of people's gonna relate. Good times are to be had. But you guys get what I'm saying, man. I hope to God you do. Some of you probably don't. And some of you don't understand to the extent that you have to sacrifice, and it comes with some suffering. It does. Like, you're not just going to be some guy that's getting the bitches all the time. You got the money all the time. You got this all the time. You got that all the time. It's just not going to happen. You got to go through times where it's not fun. That's just the best way I can explain it. It's just not fun. You got to bust your ass. You got to become a somebody. And that's what is important to your life. Your future is important. Very important. It's going to come from you, bro. Your future is in your own hands. It's going to come from you. And like I said, with elevation comes with a loss of a lot of people. New people's going to enter, and it's going to be better people. You will look back and be embarrassed at what you used to have and what you used to tolerate. Embarrassing. Compared to what's going to come around you and the energy, undeniable. And it's going to be a beautiful story for you. So keep going, keep digging, keep pushing, and do what you know is ultimately right at the end of the day. Don't go against that higher voice in your head, ever in your life. That'll be a huge mistake on your end. Allow yourself to experience what you must. You're going to question your damn self. You're going to be like, damn, this sucks. Damn, this is hard. Damn. You got to go through all that kind of stuff. And you got to be tough. You got to be the one that breaks the generational curses. You got to be the one that becomes your best self. Life is in your own hands, bro. let your animal instincts take over to the point where you're not gonna mess this up. You're not. You got one life, and I hope to God this lights a spark in some of your guys' souls, and you actually capitalize on what I'm saying and allow yourself to be that person and not the person that gets stuck in the past, holds on to people that's not even good for you. You party way too long, and your whole life is fucked. You can't let that happen. Become the best version of yourself is what you have to do. I'm not even the best version of myself right now because I'm sick. But here I am, bro. Most people, oh, I'm sick, I'm going to take a break, I'm going to take a day off. Oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. Bro, excuses, excuses, excuses. You got to find a way to pull through. You're running that marathon and your shins are aching. The bones in your shins are about to break. Keep going. You got blisters on your feet, you're running, you're tired. Keep going. That's life. People think it's so easy to do whatever they want. There's easier moments than others, but there's going to be some very tough times that you just have to accept. You don't know when your time's coming. That's a thing too. It's probably good. If we had to see what's ahead for us, and I'll end it with this. If we actually saw what was ahead for us and all the work and sacrificing and miles we had to run, we might not do it. We might be like, F that, I ain't even getting started. But guess what? Just get started. You're never going to know when your time is coming, bro. That's the beautiful thing. Trick yourself. It's right around the corner. Keep doing the work. Oh, it wasn't there. It'll be next year. Keep going. It might not be there. Keep going. It might not be there. All of a sudden, you worked your ass off for so long, you ain't never going to stop. Sometimes you can trick your own mind into becoming successful. The world's a crazy place, bro. You just can't give up. You got to keep going. And I might be making it sound even harder than it actually is. I'm not sure. But shit sometimes really do be like this, bro. Some of you might think, oh my God, it's so much, it's so awful. It's very doable. You just have to keep it together one day at a time and keep doing your best every single day. This is a more simplified way of explaining this. If you can just do that, you're going to win over majority of the world and you won't be denied. God will give you the trophy. He will give you the honor and you will come out victorious. I promise you that. So just do that. Just do that. Win today. Win tomorrow. And the next day. And the next day. Do something that's going to make you win. That's it.